Hey, listen, I'm excited. I got a wonderful Dr. Onika. I said it right.
Yes.
Okay, good. Welcome to the Convo with Dr. Nikki Ziegler. I'm so excited to have you on the show. This is your first time on my show, and I'm excited. Listen, the Sisters Leadership Conference is coming. If you have not registered, it's time to do it now. Shout out to Dr. Karen and I'm gonna call her Dr. Connie. Dr. Kern. Kern is my coach. That's my coach. And so I'm excited to be one of the media partners on this amazing conference that's coming your way. I'm excited to be here. So tell the people who you are.
Awesome. Super excited to be here as well. My name is Dr. Onika Shirley. I am the founder and CEO of Action Speaks Volume Incorporated, where I'm known to help you build unshakable confidence, stop procrastinating, and to get your dreams out of your head into your life.
So how long have you been a coach? Tell us about your history. What made you decided to be a speaker now? Because I see you all over the place. I see Fox, international speaker. So tell us, how did you get started? How did you know that you was called to speak?
Oh, wow. That is a great question. So, I've been speaking since I was a little girl. You kind of get put into the different programs and doing the things that your parents kind of stick you in. And I knew I was called to speak, even like when they used to have citizenship grades in school. I remember teachers used to say she'll get that work, but she cannot stop talking. She'll get that work, but she can't talk. And yeah, and so knowing from a very young age, and those things that you used to get a whooping for, because of course, when your conduct grade was was a US and not a S, you didn't have that satisfactory. And I always say that you cannot be your calling cannot be whipped out of you.
Right.
So it was, I knew from a very young age, but from starting with coaching, I started coaching in 2009.
Oh, wow.
And even being in a leadership position in manufacturing, I started coaching where I wasn't being paid, just to see. And as I was continuing to coach the men that reported to me, and then it came to a point, and it was funny because I said I wanted to work with men, because I thought, since I was working in manufacturing and I was coaching men, and God, He always have another plan. He laughs at our plan, and He's like,
come
"No,
on now."
I need you to work with these women that you feel like you can't get along with." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "I want to work with kids." He's like, "No." So I started kind of coaching in 2009, but actually started my business, Action Speaks Volume Incorporated, in 2015.
Wow, 2009. And I say this, I've seen you around. So when I got the inbox, I was like, oh, she might be on my show. Yay. I was so excited because you've been around for a long time. And people like you are legends. So, you got all these coaches popping up everywhere and speakers popping up everywhere, but you've been so consistent. And I can really relate to that getting in trouble at school. I promise you, I had good grades, but that mouth, baby. And I didn't even have a smart mouth. I just was a curious person, Dr. Onika. But I will make D's and F's in conduct. Like I ain't gonna lie. I was like, my mama said, I can't, you get your work done, but you talk so much. I'm like, but I have so much to say. So
right. But that's the gift. That's the gift that the teachers didn't recognize, and the gift that the parents didn't recognize.
yep.
And so when you think about when the gift have to be unwrapped, it's almost like birthing a baby. When it's time for the baby to come, you can't say, well, I'm not ready. I'm not prepared. I haven't got the nursery ready. I haven't bought all the stuff. When the baby is ready to be birthed, he or she is coming. And
They're coming.
that's kind of where it was with me. And that's why and how I knew that I was called to speak.
Wow. Well, I'm excited to have you on the show. So let's talk about this Sisters Leaders Conference that's coming up. Tell us what you'll be speaking about.
Awesome. So I will be speaking about increasing your productivity so that you can actually get things done. I think we get so busy doing all the things and think that we have to do everything and do the things that everybody wants us to do. But I'm speaking about increasing your productivity so that you can actually get things done. But even with that, I think we need to realize that we can do less and get more done versus doing all the things with all the distractions and trying to be all over the place, helping everybody. So that's what I'm talking about, increasing your productivity, strategies to increase your productivity, so that you can actually get more stuff done. And one of my sayings, I say that we don't make excuses, but we get stuff done.
Yeah, we got to get stuff done. It's mandatory. But you
Yes.
know what? We got to make sure whatever we get done, God is in agreement with it.
Mm.
That's what I would say. Shout out to Constant Woolworth. She said, "Hey, Onika Shirley."
Hey.
Dr. Joe is speaking as well. Hey, Dr. Joe. Dr. Joe says, yes, gifts comes in all kids, and it do. And she said, no more excuses. And that is totally right. And so
Yeah.
even with no more excuses, we have to learn how to keep pushing and not be, procrastinate on things. I know I deal with a lot of women, on the Herpreneur Network, which is about 2,200 women that I've mentor and coach. And I talk about making sure your gifts make room for you. I talk about making sure you're using the gifts that God give you. Or I've had it where even my voice, I used to sing all the time, and I noticed that my voice began to be kind of raspy a little bit. And I'm like, God, why? He said, because you ain't used your voice I gave you. You gotta sing. You gotta praise God. You gotta use your voice so I
Yeah.
can get glory. So I'm all about gifts. I'm all about gifts. So tell us, what was your first speaking engagement? Your first big one?
What was my, say that again? I didn't hear you.
What was your first speaking engagement?
Oh, wow. So I first started speaking in church. So, a lot of times we take the gift. A lot of times we'll take God's gift and use it, quote unquote, in the world. But I first started speaking in and I too I sing. I have a 2 song CD, and so when I feel like my first message was through song, and of course you be always be afraid to unwrap the gift, and so I wanted to sing. The battle is not yours, it's the Lord, and so
Yolanda?
I asked I asked the pastor. I was like, can you play the music for me to sing this song, and so that was my first engagement in church. Several of my first engagements was in church, and then I created some of my own platforms to speak,
Mhm.
and then was invited to other platforms to speak. And this arena now, the motivational arena, I've been in. But I think the most memorable, all of them are memorable, and all of them I enjoy doing. But I had a speaking engagement in India. I went to India in 2018, and it was for a public Christmas, and it was amazing. It was over couple hundred attendance. It was an amazing opportunity, and that's one of my most memorable speaking engagements.
So how did you get connected to Karen Cherry and Karen Purdue?
How did I get connected? I think Karen Cherry, we was on another speaking engagement with Dr. Cheryl Wood. You are enough. So kind of just collaborating, taking that relationship. When you see people doing things, and I saw where she had a interest meeting, and I was interested in what she was doing, and the rest is history. When you see things and people doing things of value, you see the value, and you jump on board.
Wow. Wow, that is so good. So what's next for you?
What's next for me? I am also a speaker on SpeakerCon and the Comeback Summit with Shay Brown. So yeah, so have those 2 events coming up, and also have a couple of books coming out the end of this year, first of next year. And
Okay.
so it's going on the endeavors of continuing to serve. I think when we serve, when we just seek to serve. And when you were speaking about the gifts, that was making my belly leap. I have a book that calls that my gift revealed my purpose.
Ooh.
I just think it's so important for us to unwrap the gifts that God has given us, because so often we look in different places to find different things, but what we have is in us. It is in us. And one thing that I like to say is that we have to re-gift. A lot of people like to re-gift the gifts that they don't like, but you have to
Ah,
re-gift that God gave you. Re-gift that
come on.
God gave you. Repurpose that gift and unwrap that gift that God has given us.
Wow. Especially if he gave it to you. You need to. Especially
Oh
if
yeah.
he, because some gift people have, God didn't give it to them. They just did that on their own. So when God give you a gift, he wants you to use that gift and not sit on it. And I hope that's a message to somebody who's listening, that you have to unwrap it and you have to go ahead and pursue it in his time and in his season, not our
Yeah.
timing. Because even some gifts, Dr. Onika, God will give us to us. And I had to learn this the hard way. Oh, God will give it to us, and we go ahead and do it right in and there. Sometimes God will put some in us. It don't necessarily have to be now, but sometimes even having a child, having a baby, you don't just
Yeah.
poof and get pregnant and poof have a baby. It's a process.
It's a
So we have
process.
to we have to make sure the process is the way that He wanted it to be, so He can shine and He can get the glory. So I'm excited to have you on the show.
Yeah,
So what
it's a
other
good
books do you have?
Oh wow, I have Women We Must Be Strong. I'm a part of a book, New Women, A Change Is Now. I'm a part of Courageous Enough to Launch,
Okay,
You Are Enough. Um, 15 books.
15 books.
15 books. Yeah, 15 books. And so, and all of them are, rather business, entrepreneurship, faith-based books, because I love to use the gift that God has given me. And a lot of times we feel like we can't mix God with business. I feel like I can't do business without God. I cannot do business without God, because I know that without him, I cannot do anything, but I know that with him, I can do everything.
Everything. So
Everything.
listen, if you have not registered for the Sisters Leaders Conference, go ahead and go and register. It's going to be amazing. She have a plethora of different speakers from all over the world that's going to be speaking. Dr. Onika going to be there. I'm going to be there. Karen's going to be there. Tamika Dorsey's coming. Verl Thomas is going to be there. I'll be interviewing all day different headline speakers that's going to be a part of this amazing Sisters Leadership Conference. If you haven't find out more information, we'll get the information to you on where to go. Do you know? Let me see. I can actually find out where we're going to register, because I want you guys to be in the building, because there's going to be some powerful people in the building that's going to change your whole entire life. Go ahead and go to sistersconference.com and get the information from there. I'm excited about all the things that Dr. Karen is doing. She's doing some major things. She and I have been on a couple of platforms. In fact, she's coming to my event as well, speaking at the Herpreneur Boot Camp. I'm just excited. So go ahead and share this live, share this broadcast. How can they find you?
I am on social media. I am on Facebook as Onika Shirley, and I am on Instagram as Action Speaks.
Action Speaks. Come on, Action Speaks. All right. So after you leave this conference, I know you got Cheryl Woods conference. What are you doing for 2021? I mean, 2022. What's your goals for 2022?
Oh, 2022. The goal is to first I have a coaching program. So with that program, I want to help 100 women. It's a 7-week coaching program where we take your life to the next level,
Come
because
on.
it's time for us to change the game. Women have sit back so long with a quiet voice.
Mm-hmm.
We always said, be seen and not heard, but I'm telling you, it's time for us to be seen, heard, and paid. It's time to be seen, heard, and paid.
Be paid.
So some of the things is, I want to be on at least 30 stages in 2022. I want to have a couple of conferences of my own in
Well, we
20.
need you to come on down to Puerto Rico now. I got an event coming to Puerto Rico. Wait a
Oh
minute.
yes, I need information. Look, I love to travel. Would love to be a part of that. I mean, it's all
Yeah.
about when we're able to spread ourselves wide, go deep, and that's what he said, volume. Where we don't we speaking, but we're doing more doing. we're
Right.
doing, because a lot of times we talk about the change, we talk about the things that we want, we talk about who we want to be, but we have to just be it. Stop wanting to
Mhm.
be it and be it. Stop wanting to do it and do it. Stop
Mhm.
thinking that it's not possible for you.
That's
I
right.
want to tell the listening audience today, it's possible for you.
Mm.
Nothing that nobody else is doing is so significant. Nobody is special in this arena. And I know we all special in our own rights.
That's right.
But sometimes we would look to the left, and as you were saying, even about the procrastination, it's all about fear. It's the fear of failure. It's the fear of what somebody gonna say. But I
Mm.
always said that's not you're not a failure. That was feedback. And
Mm.
when you do that the second time is always better. And so it's just important for us to, get ourselves up, brush ourselves off, and say, I'm gonna try it again.
That's right.
So what? I'm gonna try it again.
Mhm.
Because no successful person that we can look up their history, they didn't fail many times. Many times. What we see them doing now is what they were not doing at first. And so just try it.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, thank you so much for stopping by on the Combo with Dr. Nikki Ziegler. I can't wait to bring you back. And of course, we'll be connecting in the near future, doing some things together, which that's what it's all about, networking. I do believe that networking brings your net worth. I
Yeah.
believe that. So I'm excited to have you on my show. And we're on our way to another guest. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we will talk to you soon. You be blessed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Uh-huh.
God bless you.
Hey, 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 this is Dr. Nikki. Wanted to come on here today and talk about, hey, my ultimate herpreneur planner. Hey, listen, if you haven't gotten this planner, you are missing out, especially for those Christian women who are in business. This planner is made just for you. Okay, Dr. Nikki, so what's in it? Everything. Over 90 affirmations. It teaches you how to successfully plan your action. If you are trying to get your branding together, you're trying to get things together, this particular planner is going to help you to plan your action. We have a whole branding development. We have a whole layout on how and the next necessarily things that you need to plan your business. I got the business cards in there. Check your password. Listen, a business overview. This planner is something that you don't want to miss. We talk about your strength. We talk about your weakness. Who's your threat? We talk about your sales, your products. We talk about your shipping, your vision board. Listen, everything that you need is in this planner. 240 things to teach you on how to get your life together, girls. Come on. Listen, it also has a social media planner in here, your video planner, your services planner. I didn't leave nothing out. I didn't leave anything out because I wanted to make sure you knew exactly what's going on. Hey, who's rocking with you? Who's on your team? I mean, it tells you everything. And guess what? It's daily, it's weekly, it's monthly. We talk about the finances. Have you posted? Where you post at? I even got 12 of my ambassadors writing stories on 12 awesome women in the Bible. You don't want to miss this planner. This planner is life changing. And guess what? It's here to serve you. So guess what? The planner is nothing but $59. $59. Listen, email me, drnikkiziegler@gmail.com, and say, hey, Dr. Nikki Ziegler, I need that planner to get my life together. And once you get it together, you're going to see the transformation that God's going to send your way. All of it because you step out on faith and you invest it back in you. $59 is all it's cost. Step out on faith and get the planner that to change your whole entire life. Hey, inbox me. Let's connect. Let's get you together because that's what it's all about. Thank you for listening.